Hey there. Thank you for listening. This is a short, just kind of an essay I wrote based on Diego Maradona, kind of a musing, so a short version of an episode, but thanks for listening. So Diego Maradona was a larger-than-life figure. His antics and accomplishments made international media well after his playing days ended. He was one of those people that at any given time could have been alive or dead, and the legacy was unlikely to change. To the world, he was as close to Plato's true form as most athletes get. To me, he was simultaneously an inspiration and a cautionary tale. He represented the intersection of passion and God-given talent. He achieved superhuman feats because he started with a superhuman talent. How fortunate he was that his passion and his talent both involved a football. We should all be so lucky as to fall in love with the thing that we excel at. What if Maradona-level greatness eludes the rest of us because either the things we naturally excel at are things we don't enjoy, or we don't discover them in a timely manner? I remember one of my first jobs in a fast food restaurant. The job I was actually best at was making French fries. It was the most chaotic, the most impossible to keep up with demand job. And it wasn't just French fries, it was everything that was fried. And as much as I hated it, I was good at it. And I always got assigned to work there because I was really good under pressure, even though you never got a chance to breathe the entire shift. So there's a line in that movie Blow, which isn't such a wild tangent from Maradona's own life, where Ray Liotta asks his son Johnny Depp why he became a drug dealer. Depp's answer was simply, because I'm good at it. His father replied somberly, you would have been good at anything. I like to think that that sentiment is true for most of us. We find something we like and we work to become good at it. That doesn't necessarily mean we'll be great at it, but there's no shame in being good at anything. Good means you excel, and anytime you can do that and find pleasure, you're winning. Maradona, though, wouldn't have been good at just anything. He was a hedonist. He was an addictive personality. He had a good fortune to become addicted at a young age to the thing he was put on earth to do, play football. His God-given skill and his focus took him and his game, our game, to new heights. However, it also allowed him to feed his addictions in all those unhealthy pleasures that a hedonist may pursue as well. He became that larger-than-life figure that we as a species curiously elevate to levels beyond culpability. We took a spectator role to his life off the pitch, just as we had done to performances on it. I'm not saying we're guilty of anything as soccer spectators. Maradona's path was his own and beyond any control the rank and file among us ever had, particularly those of us in different continents and at different stages in our life. If we took delight in his struggles, either mentally or physically, then, yeah, there is clearly a cause for shame there. But as a human being with wealth and power, there was little anyone could do to alter Maradona's life choices. The part of his life that I take as a cautionary tale is his lack of control. Philosophically, I describe myself as a student of Stoicism. And I say student because I don't feel like I've achieved the Stoic lifestyle, but I do study it daily. Stoicism is rooted in control. It asks that we focus on what we can control and to not waste energy on the things we can't. If that sounds familiar, it's because it's been adopted by most religions over the past 2,500 years or so. What is it? God give me the ability to change the things I can control and the patience to accept the things I can't. You know, the thing that's stitched or painted or embroidered on pretty much everything in Hobby Lobby. It feels like a common sense thing, a saying, but most of us don't actually try to live these words, whether we think so or not. Imagine rafting down a river facing the wrong way and not realizing it. Imagine how hard you have to work to avoid the rock or reach that beach. Depending on the river, you may never make it. The day you discover the true direction of the water is the day you start to steer yourself to the future you want. You start to see obstacles that once blindsided you. You see different routes to different results, and you can take an active rather than a reactive approach to your own life. Maradona couldn't control his choices because he couldn't delay his gratification. That's what hedonism is. Pursuit of gratification. Pleasure. Addiction is a mental issue too, but one that can be dealt with if one is willing. Maradona the hedonist probably wasn't willing. He never saw the power he actually possessed in his mind because he was able to be a god from the power he possessed in his body. And nobody tells a god what to do. Not even God's self. If you want to hear more, I might do a lot more history on this podcast as well, but I just built a new website, Footylosopher.com. You can go there for blogs, which are somewhat different than the podcasts. And if you like the podcast, please rate, review, the thing that everybody asks you to do all the time, but few people actually do. but it really would help. Thank you very much.